All right, so question number one asks you to draw the structure of phosphate that you would expect at pH 4. All right, so in order to answer this question, we have to know the pKa values of phosphate as well as the different structures that we get at the different pKa values. So give me 1 second here. I'll find the table or the figure in your text. All right, so it's figure 2.11 in your textbook. Has the pKa values of phosphate. So they're 2.14, 6.86, and 12.4. All right, so the question is, this pH value that we're asked about in the question, pH 4, where does it lie? So let me write the pKa values. So we have 2.14, we have 6.86, and we have 12.4. All right, so obviously we're right here, we're in between the 2.14 and the 6.86. So the form that we should get here, so when you're doing pKa pH comparisons, you want to compare the pH value to the pKa's, any of these pKa's here. So in relationship to the 2.14 pKa, pH 4 is greater than that. So we want the deprotonated form of this reaction, this Ka. It gives the Ka value of 2.14. All right, so if we look at that equation, all right, so we have H3PO4 dissociating, giving us a proton, and H2PO4 minus. All right, so the deprotonated form of that first Ka is this form right here. Now, we could also compare it to this one. So we want to compare it to the pKa values that are close to it. So we can ignore this one. pH 4 is less than 6.86. So if the pH is less than the pKa, we're going to draw the protonated form. Now, that Ka value is based on this equation here, where the H2PO4 gives up a proton and becomes HPO4 2 minus. Now, in this reaction, the protonated form is right here. So you can see the answer basically is going to be the same in both cases here. We're basically asked to draw H2PO4. Now, just to draw that, all right, so for phosphate, our basic structure is we have a phosphorus with 4 oxygens around it. One of the oxygens has to have a double bond, right? And then we just fill in the lone pairs of electrons around the oxygen. So these 3 single bonded oxygens are normally going to be negatively charged unless they get a proton put on them, right? So, and we're trying to draw H2, so we're going to have 2 hydrogens on here. Right? And then this one over here is going to have a negative charge. So this would be our structure for H2PO4.